A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men. All Norwegian children learn to swim when they are very young because if you can't swim it is difficult to find a place to bathe. Nowadays you can go anywhere in the world in a few hours, and nothing is fabulous anymore. Pear Drops were exciting because they had a dangerous taste. All of us were warned against eating them, and the result was that we ate them more than ever. When I was 2, we moved into an imposing country mansion 8 miles west of Cardiff, Wales. A person is a fool to become a writer. His only compensation is absolute freedom. To shipbrokers, coal was black gold. Had I not had children of my own, I would have never written books for children, nor would I have been capable of doing so. Dexter is a very well-oiled machine. It's just a great show and great to be part of. I was a fighter pilot, flying hurricanes all round the Mediterranean. I flew in the western desert of Libya, in Greece, in Syria, in Iraq and in Egypt. I shot down some German planes and I got shot down myself, crashing in a burst of flames and crawling out, getting rescued by brave soldiers. Nobody gets a nervous breakdown or a heart attack from selling kerosene to gentle country folk from the back of a tanker in Somerset. Prayers were held in Assembly Hall. We all perched in rows on wooden benches while teachers sat up on the platform in armchairs, facing us. The writer has to force himself to work. He has to make his own hours, and if he doesn't go to his desk at all there is nobody to scold him. I began to realize how simple life could be if one had a regular routine to follow with fixed hours, a fixed salary, and very little original thinking to do. A writer of fiction lives in fear. Each new day demands new ideas and he can never be sure whether he's going to come up with them or not. I am only 8 years old, I told myself. No little boy of 8 has ever murdered anyone. It's not possible. Did they preach one thing and practice another, these men of God? An autobiography is a book a person writes about his own life, and it is usually full of all sorts of boring details. I go down to my little hut, where it's tight and dark and warm, and within minutes I can go back to being 6 or 7 or 8 again. Unless you have been to boarding school when you were very young, it is absolutely impossible to appreciate the delights of living at home. I never get any protests from children. All you get are giggles of mirth and squirms of delight. I know what children like. My father was a Norwegian who came from a small town near Oslo. He broke his arm at the elbow when he was 14, and they amputated it. The Bristol Channel was always my guide, and I was always able to draw an imaginary line from my bed to our house over in Wales. It was a great comfort. Though my father was Norwegian, he always wrote his diaries in perfect English. If my books can help children become readers, then I feel I have accomplished something important. 2 hours of writing fiction leaves this writer completely drained. For those 2 hours he has been in a different place with totally different people. The writer walks out of his workroom in a daze. He wants a drink. He needs it.